Welcome back to ZQ1 Plays, and I'm so glad that you've joined me today. Today we're going to be talking about how to take out Balteus, one of the earlier and very, very difficult bosses from Armored Core 6. All right. First tip I have for you is to make sure that you're locked on. You'll know that you're locked on when there's like a solid white circle around the enemy, and it's not like broken at all. And the way that you stay locked on in this game, which I may mention this in a video later, but you once you lock on, do not use your right stick at all. I know it feels counterintuitive, but just take your thumb off of your right stick. And the reason is because it'll stay locked on a whole lot better. Now, let's talk about his attacks that you need to be aware of. The first attack to be aware of is his heat-seeking missiles, which he's going to use throughout the battle. And you'll notice I use that as an opportunity to attack. When he launches those heat-seeking missiles, I usually rush at him because you're not going to avoid all of them anyway most of the time. And so if you rush at him and dodge on the way while you're rushing, you'll avoid some of them, and you'll mitigate enough damage to make it worth going in for a close combat assault, like with the sword or with a shotgun or with something similar, okay? So I promise it's worth it, although you will take a little bit of damage in dealing with it. The second attack to be very aware of from him is the rocket launcher. You'll hear an audio cue, and then you'll see a small square pop up on his left side, and it'll be like a little missile rocket thing will shoot out at you, and it does like 2,000 damage per hit. So you want to be aware of that. Also, when he gets to mid-health, he'll do that attack that you just saw, which is a huge pulse of energy, and that one does about 3,000 damage in one hit. And so that too is something to be aware of that you don't want to get hit by at all. So general strategy, well, I guess I'll also mention it. At a quarter health, he does another big blast, but this time out of fire. Also in the second half of the fight, he'll bring out this fire blade. There's the fire blast. The fire blade is like looks like a big sword that he's swinging around, and that thing can really damage your health. But I had good luck avoiding it by getting close to him. And so, yeah. So strategy for me, this fight was all about aggression. It was about when you see those heat-seeking missiles, diving in and using your sword. If you choose, you can also use other attachments that do good damage up close. And then the second thing is to stay close to him and stay locked on, because if you're doing consistent damage and you're close, it's going to keep him from using that rocket as much, and the rocket is really what seemed to hamper my progress as I struggled against this boss. And so stay close, stay aggressive, keep dealing damage, and remember, the more times that you stagger him, the more damage you're doing and the less he can attack you. And so it is to your advantage to keep him staggered or to go after the stagger as much as possible. I know that seems self-explanatory, but sometimes you might sit back and be like, well, once I kind of get dodging, then I'll go in and attack. But I promise it'll be better if you're just aggressive. Figure out how you can do it. And eventually, you'll come out with a victory, like you see right here. Man, I was so excited to finally beat this guy. He's one of the hardest bosses in Armored Core 6 to me so far, and I think I've heard a lot of people think he's very challenging. So good luck to you. I know that you can do the same, and keep it tuned here to ZQ1 Plays for more exciting content coming out very, very soon. Peace.